So while we wait here, I'm going to welcome everyone to this video here for YouTube. We're doing Zendikar Rising streamer event. This is the early access Wizards event for the set that they do every set now, basically. Had to sneak my way into this one. Apparently I am human token today. That's fine. I will be human token as long as I get to take advantage of this sweet one-day opportunity to leverage Wizards' desire to share this set with the world a day early via their streaming community. So thank you, Wizards. This has taken a while to fill here. I don't know if this is a sign of the evening. I actually thought maybe this time of night might actually be a more populous queue, but right now we're filling slowly. If we have to, maybe we'll bail to sealed or something. But I sure hope we finish this draft. Maybe I should have jumped in at a while ago, and we could have been waiting. I didn't realize it was going to be this slow. So yeah, we'll hang, and maybe I'll give YouTube a break and cut straight to the video again. We'll see if I remember to do that. But yeah, let's talk about what we know. I don't know. Throw some cards at me. Let's think. You tell me what cards you're thinking about and want to hear my takes on. Roost of Drakes. Let's see. That is that's the one where you get drakes for kicking stuff, right? That's like that's one of the payoffs I wanted and didn't get for my kicker deck. Oh no, let's see. Sorry. It is an enchantment. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So neat. So you can play it on turn one. So Roost of Drakes has been called, and Roost of Drakes is a single blue mana for an enchantment at uncommon, and it has kicker for 2 and a blue. So you can pay a single blue, or you can pay 4 total, 2 blue on the 4. And when it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, create a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying. And whenever you cast a kicked spell, create a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying. So at its floor, we have, like, let's say you had nothing else with kicker. So the only point of this card would be to cast it for 4 mana and make a very fragile 2/2 flying Drake token, because let's face it, tokens are much worse than actual cardboard or even digital cardboard because of bounce and that kind of thing. So the floor is not good enough for sure. This is absolutely a build around, but I think it's a very good one. There's a lot of kicker going on that's just good. Just now, and some of them are reasonably priced, like with that you can pay the whole kicker package at like 4 mana and stuff. So I think if you can drop this on even on 4 and then and expect to have this kind of be your win con, I think this is the thing you're looking to build around in a kicker deck, and exactly the type of payoff we didn't get in the earlier draft we did, in which we had a other, pretty reasonable green-blue cycling, or I want to say cycling every time I see kicker, a green-blue kicker, but it did not produce great results. Yeah, we got the Mana Dork payoff, but that wasn't... that was good. It helped, like, the game we won, the Mana Dork payoff. There's a 1 green blue 2/2 that taps for green or blue, and whenever you kick a spell, gain 2 life. And that's a nice package for the kicker deck because it wants a lot of mana. It's pretty mana hungry, and the life gain really helped us survive. Oh, it's a 2/4. Yeah. Sorry, that's right. It was much better than that. 2/4. It did some blocking for us too, right? There was we had a 3/1 that kept attacking, and even though we weren't able to use it for mana when it was doing the blocking job, sometimes you just need a 2/4, right? Ardent Electromancer. Let me see that one. I think I know that one, but I want to do my reading. Yeah, that seems totally playable. So Ardent better than playable. It was actively good. Ardent Electromancer, 2 and a red for a human wizard for a 3/2, and when it enters the battlefield, add red to your mana for each creature in your party. Basically, as long as you have something else to do, it really is quite the discount. But you need to use the mana right away, right? So it's not like you get to cast this quote for free. You only get to cast this quote for free if you then have something else to spend all that, the 3 or 4 mana that you get out of it. What I've noticed about the card, though, is that, of course, a 3/2 for 3 at common in red especially is fine. No, it is not. I have found myself playing textless vanilla 3/2s for 3, even without relevant creature types, when my drafts don't go quite the way I want. So it's got this D plus body that you run when you fail to kind of get there on card quality. But then, in this case, the bonus is quite nice and really can allow for some nasty curve outs by adding that mana back. But also, I want to note the wizard type. What I've noticed a lot today is that I was getting part way to party, getting a couple, 2, 3 cards towards party almost accidentally. And this is one of so it's a little bump. It's a little bump on all these for me when they are one of the party creature types of cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard. So especially now, red has wizards inherently, so maybe that's not super special here, but often when you see a creature, a creature type is in a color it's not usually in, that probably means it's a plant for the party mechanic. It's a plant to try and get allow you to get to party without deviating from 2 colors, right? I should say it's a 2-color party mechanic to throw those weird creature types on odd colored creatures. Rogue strategy. What's my favorite 4-color legendary creature? How many are there? Did they make some? I don't know if you're joking and there are none. I mean, obviously there's the Nephilim, and I know for a long time in Commander people wanted 4-color commanders, but I don't follow Commander closely enough to know if they actually did a 4-color Commander release. Might have happened while I was there. What year was it? That would be embarrassing if it was a year I was working at Wizards, but head down, The Atraxa year, David says, as if that. Here, let's see. There are so many Magic cards. My God, there's a lot of Magic cards. Oh, Omnath in this set. Yes, I forgot about that. But there you go. One exists in this set. I passed it earlier. CJ was making a joke that I didn't get till he reminded me, or they reminded me that we had a red-green landfall deck going and opened the Omnath, which is red-green, white, blue? And declined because it just looked like even then it wasn't good enough. It was C16. Yeah, so it happened under my nose and I wasn't really paying attention, I guess. That's funny. But I was on Arena at the time. I'll defend myself that way. And probably my C16 Commander decks are still in a cardboard box around here somewhere. Makes sense. I actually, if they hadn't had any printed by now, I'd be really surprised, because sometimes there are box checking exercises, as we call them, where sometimes you do things to fill holes in your spreadsheet of things that don't exist yet in Magic, and especially when it comes to commanders, it's a real game piece concern. It's not just some OCD. I need my spreadsheet to be complete, but seriously, I want to make a 4-colored commander deck, and there are no options to do that, right? Hey, we're close. chatted a little bit here, but I think we're going to make it to draft. Nobody leaves a table at 7. Who leaves a draft table at 7? Nobody. That's who. Maybe I'll just draft once, though, and play till I play it out, because I don't know if I want to wait through another queue, and it seems like the queues are only going to get worse. We'll see how the pairings are. No kidding, huh, DC? What's your exact timeline? Because you've been around the stream quite a while now. When was your return? I mean, 18 years, so you must have been a mid-90s player. Hey, come on, everybody be here. Let's do this. All right, we got it. We had this card earlier, powerful spell land. You can enter untapped even if you want to pay a little life. Well, not a little life, a hefty chunk of life, but really, this was quite good. The spell lands all are, but what else have we got here? Maybe we want to try something else. I'm willing to push towards something we haven't done before. It's also just a rabid bite, which you can make an argument for. This is the only mono red card. This is one that we were talking about, the Ardent Electromancer. What's this one? Shadow Stinger. Tap another untapped rogue you control. It gains death touch until end of turn. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player mills 3. So Oppo Mill. I'm on the Mythic right now. Into the Royal is Into the Royal has always been. It was great in Zendikar. It was great in Dominaria. It's going to be great here. But I think I'm going to take the Mythic land. So this is what one of the things I was missing from the kicker deck, and I tried to wheel them and they didn't wheel. So I just want to call that out. Like, one of the reasons my deck flopped in the first one of the earlier drafts is that I didn't take these highly enough. So I want to consider that as well. But I don't necessarily want to just do that deck again either, Jinx. There's Ruin Crab. I mean, we could take this and see about trying the Oppo Mill. But I could do it again. I don't know. We also have the Visionary. The Jiraga Visionary seems good. Celebrant may be the best white cleric common. You're not talking about anything I'm seeing here, huh? Yeah, let's try Oppo Mill. I want to try something new. I'm not necessarily going to draft the best deck here. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that, given that I'd already taken that Mythic before. But can't always force it to. What's this Mace? Oh, this is a party thing. Party. This does do the Oppo Mill thing, but I don't think it's very strong for a third pick. We could just take Blood Price. Yeah, maybe I'm being stubborn and trying to find something cooler than just a spell land. This is me trying to find my way to something different, and we drafted this earlier, and we drafted this earlier, so it doesn't feel different, but you can't have it all. Gotta take some picks that matter. Take some good cards. We can still work towards this. Vision is fine in the Oppo Mill. Go find some of the instants and sorceries that get it done. This is a, quote, payoff for that deck, but it's not a very important one. Yeah, I kind of rather would just take the kicker Geyser Mage. Blood Price is fine, but pretty clunky at 4, and if we're in blue, we would rather take advantage of blues card draw than blacks. And this keeps us on one of just 2 colors. Really solidifies us as blue. We found it to be a little fast earlier, but I don't know. Every time I talk about where this format is at, I just caveat that it's too early to know. Feels too early to tell, but we're sliding back towards kicker stuff. Am I supposed to, this Resolute Strike? I'm curious how good this will be. The equipment, there's a lot of equipment flying around here, so the equipment clause on this could be a surprise. But I guess I don't, nothing else here is, if there was something that leapt out as great, I would deviate from the blue card, but I don't think this is good enough. It's pretty good. But I don't think, that seems tough to get through. I'm just going to take the on-color card here. Deliberate is fine, but we want something like Thwart the Grave. We also did this in one of our decks before, but it was quite powerful. And really, it's true. It does feel like every color offers up enough of the party creature types that while you might not always have 4, it just feels like you always have some. Yeah, we haven't really... I mean, Visionary is pretty good. But I think Thwart is quite powerful. No, Visionary is good. I think Visionary is quite good, but I think Thwart... I mean, it's a double... Not just double Raise Dead, double Reanimate. Double Reanimate's some game. Even if one of them has to be one of the party types. So we've got a land spell. We've got the Kicker Lure. Subtle Strike, pretty good if we want to continue down the black path. Blood Beckoning, more reanimation. Reclaim the Wastes lets us do some splashing. I'm gonna actually let the green go and try and make blue black happen here. And Vanquish comes by and rewards me a little bit. This is not bad either. Vampire Rogue 2/2, Death Touch if you get another one. So both of these being here make me feel good about kind of that last second snap to the Subtle Strike. Don't make me time you out, Hat. Spare supplies. Yeah, there's some good stuff going on in white there too, it looks like. But I'm liking the black that's flowing late here. And Shadow Stinger. So we could do this. We could still be doing this thing. I barely know the cards enough to know if white's been open. I'm just happy I've been successfully reading my own cards. Hold on, I better let my wife know I'm on stream before she continues talking to the dog in dog voice. Or maybe you can listen. I'm on the air. Gloom Hunter, that seems good. Anti-cognition. Are we doing that, or are we doing blood price here? Again, if we're blue, I kind of want blue to be my card drawing, and anti-cognition becomes a playable 2. So I'm going to take that. Yeah, this is the deck for it, right? It's not amazing, but this is the deck for it. Ferengi, thank you so much. And I'm becoming happier with the signals we're seeing. I would take either of these here. Let's see. Again, this isn't amazing, but it can help close out some games. It's a rogue. Let's take it. Just have a hard time prioritizing black card draw when I'm Dimir. I really want to find the blue card draw. There's the Divination that has Kicker for an extra card. And there you go. We got a warrior we can add to our collection. Dreadworm. I'm just going to take the vampire. It works with the Thwart the Grave. I don't think we're going to play that if we can help it. Inscription is really just a collection of common type abilities to the point where we might just rather have the End of the Royal here. Let's see what the options are. Oh, I haven't seen this. I just want to kind of read this because I haven't read the Root Grazer before, I don't think. Wow, 2/3 for 2. Already nice. Vigilance, yeah. Basic land, hand on the battlefield. Okay, so this is your recurring landfall. All right, interesting, because feels like landfall is so red-green that it's funny that this is in green-white. There is Vanquish the Weak. We've got one of those. We've got an Into the Royal. I think I'd rather have... Let's try the... Well, let's see. Up to 2 creatures to their owner's hand. Yeah, actually, I'd rather just have Into the Royal or the Vanquish. I'm going to take Into the Royal. Chronicler, at least it's on color rare. Maybe we'll take this. What do we got? Whenever it's a wizard, whenever you cast a kick spell, we're doing some of that. Draw a card, then discard a card. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 5. You may reveal a card with kicker. So this is another kicker payoff. And what else are we taking? Silencer, playable. Don't want a Mucklord. Cleric, playable, but this is pretty easy. Chronicler. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna hedge. I hear you, but I'm gonna hedge. Maybe we end up with enough. And like, here's this kicker payoff. Let's just pivot to kicker. Can we get enough? Feed the Swarm, pretty good. Dimir Kicker is not what they had in mind, but there is, like, kicker everywhere, right? Does black have kicker? I say that. Yeah, there you go. See, we already have kicker. We're doing it. Dimir Kicker. Dimir Kicker. Or blue kicker and we abandon black or something. Let's see what we got here. There's some kickerness. Probably just want spell land. Am I missing any kicks? Oh, this is kicking. We can Blood Beckoning. Is it worth taking it here? I think I'm going to take the spell land. Yeah, you're right, David. Maybe this is one that you can actually let go of. It does seem pretty bad, huh? Right? Like, we're never really happy to cast that spell. It's hard to get value out of that spell, I think is the point, right? Yeah, you're maybe, but I think David is right, or David at least calls out something that we need to consider, which is that not all we can't just blindly take all spell lands. Like the ones that are bad really get close to being enters the battlefield tap lands, right? But yeah, I'll take another Gloom Hunter. 6 mana is a lot. I don't know how, you know. This Gloom Hunter split between 2 and 6 is pretty weird, but. Oh, did I miss a feed? Yeah, I probably should have taken the feed. Any kicking? I got mind drained like 5 times in a game today. That was funny. We could actually take the Colossus. I mean, we're probably casting that, but let's do this. Yeah, we'll take the. Did I get it? Maybe I didn't get it. Oh yeah, I did. Here, this one. I don't know if this is worth it though. You know, it's a fancy gray ogre. Yeah, I'm a little torn. I'm not very focused here, right? Jinx is calling out to focus on successfully like milling our opponent if we're doing that, but then I'm looking at kicker stuff now, so like we're a little divided in this, but we'll make a deck. This isn't a great sign though, to be honest. Pack 2, pick 8, seeing really nothing for us. I don't know, it doesn't feel like this is good enough for us, but I'm going to start in the board. We can remember. Certainly feels late to pivot to green. I mean, we have this. And we're closing, really, this is the end of pack 2, you know, pick 9. Although, geez, Deliberate and Vanquish are still both here. We'll take the Vanquish. Silencer. Kite Sail. This doesn't feel like a Kite Sail deck. We'll take the Silencer. You think so, Rogue? I mean, I guess it's... I'll take it, and you can convince me. I did that quick switch on the suggestion of Rogue in chat just because I don't think we need necessarily another 6 either. We have 2 Gloom Hunters, which we want to be more 6. Here's the Feed the Swarm that we can pick up. This is kind of more where I want to take this card. I mean, it's you can't always cast this, and if the format is pretty aggressive, this becomes hard to run a bunch of, for sure. Is it worth a whole card, though? Even if you're right about that, Rogue, I don't know if we want a whole card doing that job. Not convinced, but we can talk. Let's take the Beckoning. That plays into... Plays into our thing. Another Vampire Warrior. Well, we had this fellow earlier as well. Splashed him in green-black. Don't really have the splash tools here. What's this? Lull Mage Domination. This looks appealing. 3 less to cast, creature whose controller has 8. Yeah, let's take that. Yeah. This is on plan. Galaxy Bird with the Prime sub. Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. What's this? Oh, this is another land spell. This is a good one. Predation. We'll take this, though. This is right. Well, it's on one of our plans. it's on one of our plans. Hey, and here's a suggestion to keep going down that path. We can take another Ruin Crab. I'm going to do that. Yeah, everything's on plan, right? We'll just take it all and see what we want to do here. Feels more like... Royal Mage, what's this? Enters with +1/+1 counter for each mana spent to cast it. When you cast a kick spell, you may remove if you do copy that spell. Okay, interesting. That's a pretty cool design. But we'll take the bubble. You can also take the Land Wizard. But I think we'll try to really do both. You know, have both some Oppo Mill and some reasonable amounts of kicker. And I think the bubble for that is fine. I mean, this says mill, but that's not really what it does. I'd rather just have this going on. What's going on here? Counter target non-creature. Well, that's interesting, but I think we just want a 2-drop, right? You like Mind Drain? Jinx likes Mind Drain. I don't know if I like this card. I'm going to go with the 2-drop, the bear. Maybe I'm not opening my Mind Drain enough to the possibilities of that card, and even though it did some work against me today, I still don't love it. Subtle Strike or another Vanquish. Maybe we're a little getting too heavy on the removal, but I think I'd rather just take a clean Vanquish. And we're not ending up with any of the card draw I was hoping for. Didn't see any of that. The divination, the kick divination was going around so late earlier. I'm going to take this, though. Maybe we'll still get one. I don't think we want to play that. Probably spell land. Another Vanquish is too many. Like, at some point, diminishing returns kick in, and I think we want... We have so many playables that we should take a spell land. Glacial Grasp. That's a mill. It helps survive. So this is totally playable. Blood Chief's Thirst, though. Oh, this is great. What's this still doing here? Yeah, we'll take that. Sorry, I didn't recognize the card and figured a card like that wouldn't be here. Probably some junky uncommon, but it was a very good one. More deliberation, but here we can just take this Glacial Grasp. This is pretty cool too. But we have some late game kicker stuff. We got these Gloom Hunters. I think Glacial Grasp is made for this type of deck, really. Hey, this spell land came back, and it's a good one. I'm gonna take it. Someone was talking about like 2/3 land. That is a fine rule of thumb. That was somebody saying that Frank Karsten suggested that. Oh gosh, we'll take that, sure. I mean, it's all of them. We're a party kicker Oppo mill deck. What are you going to do about it? Except now we got to figure out what to take here. Are we a kicker? Oh, they're both kickers. So let's take the Royal Mage. We got Blood Beckoning and Thwart the Grave. Royal Mage much better for us here. Tempest, are we playing that? Are we playing this? I guess we're more likely to play Tempest. This seems constructed-y. I mean, it's non-creature, so we're talking negate variations. Last pick, Feed the Swarm. Best of one. Wow, we got some cuts. That's an easy one. So I want to speak to Jim's question here saying, a spell land is either 1 land or 0 lands. You can choose for each one you draw, so why not count it as 100% of a land? The reason why is because at that point, you're basically saying, well, I'm going to play lands as normally, and the point of spell lands in my deck is that if I flood or hit the late game, I get to top deck action in those cases. But that's like all the value you're getting out of it. Whereas if you're looking at some of your spell lands and saying, okay, I've got like 7 of these, but let's say I end up casting a couple of them I find the right spots for, and if in the average game I'm going to cast 2 of them, then I'll only consider them to be like 5 lands. And then if I happen to be mana screwed, great, I get to unlock myself because truly I'm actually playing 19 lands or whatever. And then, I'm actually playing 18 lands. But in reality, I'm kind of playing 16 lands, and it just basically says you want to capture the middle ground of using, on average, some of them as spells and some of them as lands. And so that you're going to end up with a better curve if you think about that in terms of the deck building, and instead of just counting them all as 100% lands. But you can certainly count them as like 100% lands. And that's why it's going to be so hard to be mana screwed in this format, right? But one of the ways you can be mana screwed is if you treat every single one of your flip lands as a land only, because then you're just basically playing all of these tap lands, right? Yeah, that's right. That Kenyon brings that up. It's that you're treating, at that point, I'm saying, okay, I have 17 lands, and some of them are these. Well, at that point, now I have 7 ETB tapped lands. So I kind of like, I think Karsten, starting with a Karsten rule of thumb seems like a reasonable place to begin a format, at least. We'll continue evolving how we approach the land counts in these decks, but a mind like Frank Karsten says that 2/3 land is a good rule of thumb. It seems reasonable to me. Yeah. So it's a fine place to start. But you can, like where I was talking about in the draft is getting to the point where we are actually doing it based on the quality of the spell. And like that maybe this is the spell land. You could have said, Ryan, there was other stuff in that pack that is probably better than what amounts to a 90% tap land. What percent of the time do you think you're... Sorry, you can at least read the rules text there, right? So this is enters the battlefield tapped blue card, or for 2 mana, -2/-0. Like, that's not very exciting. So let's build a deck and play, though, right? Talk. Here, this is a debut that is long overdue, actually.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, blah, blah, blah!
All right. If no blah, 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 we got to make a deck. All right. So this disc can be hard, though. I don't know what I'm doing here. Maybe I'm going to... I'll take the spell lands out. Or maybe let's do a build from scratch on this one. What are we doing? I don't know what I'm doing, gang. I have no, maybe build one of the 2 archetypes at a time and see how it looks before even including some of the other stuff. So let's say we were doing we're not worrying about Oppo Mill, we're trying to kick stuff. Do we even have enough for that? We have Drakes, Bubble Snare. Playing that. And of course we would do the that's kicked. Yeah, we have a lot of kicker stuff here. That's more the self mill or Oppo Mill. I keep saying self mill, but you know what I mean. I think you take this no matter what. I mean, that's just a powerful card. If it happens to be cheaper, great. Kicker, great kicker. Party. Now we're gonna have to just figure out our removal and whether or not. And these are kicker. I guess I don't know if we want 2. Yeah, maybe we do. I'm leaving it out right now because it's not essential to any of the strategies. It's not a key piece, so it doesn't have a creature type. It doesn't have kicker, and it doesn't cause Oppo Mill. So it's probably not going to make the cut in this deck, given that type of restriction here. We'll take all the spell lands, though. These vanquishes are nice. I want all 3 of them. I don't know and we want these thwarts. Do we want, it is a rogue. Let's take the rogue. And here's 40. And that's before taking into account these, though. We might play both. Although that's the kind of the self-mill camp. But we can figure out a place for this, I bet. Not in the 2 drops, though. Like maybe we do cut a Gloom Hunter. I just don't love this on 2, which makes me think of it more as a kind of an overpriced 6. Like, do we like the Gloom Hunter even? It'd really help if it were a party type. Yeah, we can cut lands. We're gonna cut land. At least one. I know it's kicker, but it's 6 mana kicker. So if we're doing the whole kicker thing with this, I mean, yes, it helps. It helps. I guess it's good with the chronicler because the chronicler can find it or whatever. I wonder if that shows in here. No, it doesn't. We got a lot though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that, I mean, this doesn't have kicker, so it doesn't, 9, 10. Spells with kicker. Yeah, Vargan, that's a good point. It does carry equipment well, but we're not doing that, right? So yeah, if you can pump this without the kicker, then you're doing something. Maybe, you know, play utility knife. Yeah, recursion. But I think we could get away with 9 and cut a Gloom Hunter. And cutting definitely at least 1 land. So this is 16, 17, 18, 19 lands if they are all just spell lands. Could probably go down 1 more. 16, 17, 18, 19, call it 18. Maybe just cut this Bane Veil entirely. I think rather, yeah, I was almost going to go to 15, but I think I'd rather just cut this. Should we actually cut a spell land? I mean, what do we? I think we're more likely to be happy to have a mana enter untapped than we are going to be to cast this spell. I think we'll win more by having mana the turn we play the land than we will by having the option to sometimes cast this spell. Which makes me think I shouldn't have taken this card. Yeah, I guess it's okay with Death Touch. It turns trades into eats. But I'm going to try this, and then we can put back a couple of cards here. So let's take a look here. $9.13. We could now just add back in, you know, some of the self mill stuff or the oppo mill. You want to put? We could put 2 crabs in. You just want to put this kicker flyer back, okay? And how about a subtle strike then? That can get a counter on the Gloom Hunter at least. Let's try this. Let's get playing. And we'll call this Weak Party. So we have 3 vanquishes. And let's get some cool lands. The plan is to gain advantage via kicker and thieving mechanics and recursive mechanics, thwart the grave, royal mage, all that stuff to just value them out with kicker. We're going to value them out with kicker. Where's the new one? Is that, here we go. That's pretty good, Kenyon, but I'm going to leave it as is and get going. All right, here we go. Let's adjust this record. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Thank you, Watsy, for running this every set. It's really great. Really fun way to explore the new set. You can keep this. Of our 10 targets for this. We got 1, 2, 3 of them right here. So we only got 7 targets left for the Chronicler. We want to play this on 3 so that we can find our targets before we draw them. Yeah, this is a new Zendikar map. We figured out it's the back of the 017. Yeah, I'd be able to choose your battlefield. Turn to bat indeed, except looks like we're doubled up. Oppo's got the same idea. Oh yeah, this shouldn't even be here. I don't know why. I think I put it in because it was a rogue, but I would like to maybe swap this out for something more on plan. Somebody was saying the 1-4 was better, and it is, but we ended up putting that in too. Although maybe that means it's okay because we do have some rogue action going on here. Yeah, we do want to trade off, and we do have return to hand. So let's, yeah, I'll play the Gloom Hunter, and we can try to trade it off. Trouble is, we're in the spot where they could have the subtle strike that blows us out if we go for a block. So I think I'm gonna, it's really risky with the combat tricks we've seen. Well, subtle strike especially. Well, I guess no matter what, Kenyon, they're gonna get a 2-2 out of the deal. I guess that's what bums me out, but they were gonna get that anyway, right? Whether we block or not, it does the thing. So yeah, you're right. Actually, the subtle strike is not the blowout, because they get that even if we don't block. Menace lifelink. Winner's battlefield. Okay, it wasn't kicked. So this is really... Oh, this is great, though. This is another good card. Wish we had that one. We don't. But we're going to play our sweet rare. See what we can find with it. We found something. That's all I wanted. Something. Give me something. Got a sneak next turn. Vanquish is a nice draw. Can we play it now, or should we max our mana? I think we should play it ahead of these Royal Mages, and then we can get it all, start getting it all back. We can also do that on 5, though. We can go sneak now to threaten the vampire trade, and then vanquish the turn after that. Yeah, I'm with you, Math. Let's do that. Maxes our mana, and we could draw a 2-drop that we wanted to play alongside the vanquish, potentially. Fair enough. Killed pretty dead. Trying to survive to start leveraging value. There's our subtle strike. A little late, but we can kill this thing with it. And if we want to give up the Chronicler, we could end up trading. But maybe we can go... maybe I'm overthinking it, and we should just vanquish... Oh, we can subtle and vanquish. Interesting. Trouble is, strike, like, let's see, we can get this to be a 3-3 and this to be a 3-2. So that wins combat. Yeah, we can do both of those, right? Weird part is we have to vanquish the 2-1 when it seems like we should subtle strike that. But what we need to do is vanquish what we can and subtle strike the vampire to win combat. So I'm gonna... risk that. I don't love it, but we got to take some chances here because we're getting beat down. I just don't love doing it into open mana and everything, but... Okay, this thing... Alright, well, I'm not... We got to vanquish this cleric and just only give him the warrior. If we can turn the corner, we'll be fine. We've got these royal mages to recur our removal. We just need to survive. And now we know we will too with this. So this turn ended up great. This is a trade. I guess I was thinking we were somehow going to win. We're not going to win. This is just a 3-2 versus 3-3, and we trade. Still think we should do it. But yeah, hold on. Given that, we don't need to shrink that, right? So yeah, let's do it this way. Reset. I was thinking we were going to win that combat. What we're not, but we should still let the Chronicler go. So we're going to -1 this and plus the Chronicler. And now if we draw a land, we get our removal back. Yeah, this is all fine. All fine. Unfortunately, we don't have our kicker dude, but this is still good. And power 3 works, so we take that. Bummer. We got to take this, but we get to bounce it, and then I don't think they have the... I mean, they get a 1-1 out of it, but we get to kill it. Okay, they get 2 1-1s out of it, but we get to kill it. Oh, we could potentially bounce and remove it, but... What is the equip 2? Yeah, they're not going to be able to re-equip, so we're just going to Geyser Mage. I'm going to attack here because they're never going to block in a million years. And yeah, I think this is short enough.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Well, I'm going. Go on.
Oh, we could play this as a land, but they're choked on mana, so we probably get something with this card next turn. I'm going to hold. Roost of Drakes will come in handy before we do our other stuff, but we're going to go Vanquish and Predation here. Oh, funny. Does he have 2 of those, or did I miss a... They have two... No, they have 2 of them. Nice, chicken. Kind of want to draw a land here so we can roost. Well, I guess, yeah, maybe we just kick the roost and then kick the Royal Mage if we can survive that long. Yeah, maybe we can't. Let's go Geyser Mage here, though. Actually, no, we'll do Royal Mage. Well, we can at least kick the roost and play the Skulker, so let's do that. Then next turn we kick the Royal Mage for more removal and another Drake. But I'm staying back with everything, hoping we can find some blocks. This is just Menace, right? Or it's not even Menace. This is... Oh yeah, this is a different, completely different card. Sorry, I thought they were just the same cost, so I was confused. So this is no problem tradesies on both, right? And if we find our kicker reanimate, raise dead spell, then we're going to want the Geyser Mage dead. Although the Geyser Mage is the one big enough to threaten the Cleric, so maybe I can't do that, and I should just do this. Keep the 3 power around while we can. Do they have... Well, it doesn't matter because we can cast it. So let's just do that. Nice. Oh, it's only 2, right? Didn't completely suck. But we still have a long way to go. If they play a creature, they can re-equip. Oppo with just all the stuff. What is this even? When you cast this spell, if it was kicked, each player loses half their life rounded up. Power and toughness are each equal to 20 minus the highest life total among players. What have we got for that? Converted mana cost. So CMC is 2. Ah! All right, so yeah, we'll just chump it and then steal it. Well, feed kills us, right? Are you joking, math? All right, we'll go fetch it. I will take your mythic. Yeah, that was fun. That deck is funny. Well, this is my style of deck if the format allows for it. I do love grindy silliness like that. But earlier today, we were having trouble finding the time to do any of that. Hard to imagine 2 control magics being good. Yeah. I mean, they only got 2 drops. Gloom Hunter with the Subtle Strike is nice, and we're on the play. This hand looks great. Sea of Fiddles, take care, get some good rest. Oh yes, this is another one of those die damage creatures. Gloom Hunter though seems fine. We will try and use Subtle Strike to kill the Charger and make the Gloom Hunter too big to kill by the Charger. And it deals damage equal to its power, so worth noting that Subtle Strike as a -1/-1 on the Charger kills it as a 0/0 and it deals no damage. So even though the Gloom Hunter would get out of range ostensibly as a 2/2, it doesn't even need that because this will be a 0/0. Might not play it yet though. Oh yeah, we got, maybe this is even more important to take out with a Subtle Strike. We can Geyser Mage to have a blocker, but I think just Subtle Strike killing the guide now is what I want to do. Yeah, you really gotta pay attention to those triggers. Into the Royal is nice. Just buy some time, which is all we really want. If we get time to start kicking this, we're going to win. Yeah, this is the X1 format, isn't it? Something. Royal their landfall? What do you mean, Hat? Like, just royal this when it becomes a 5 whatever? That's the plan. Could also vanquish it, but yeah, just maybe they'll throw some equipment on it or something. Yeah, throw some equipment on it. They're just gonna throw that on the charger though. We could vanquish that and just take the PED for a turn. Or we just take the 3, and then we still get to vanquish it next turn. Yeah, now let's just bounce this, and then we vanquish this next turn. I don't know. It all seems great to me. That's true. Looks like our 2/2 dies anyway. So now it's actually a good time to vanquish that. I mean, we take 3, but it doesn't become a 2-for-1. And then we are very close. Actually, we can also play this as a land, so that we're guaranteed 6 on 6 or 6 next turn for the kicked Geyser Mage and then the kicked Royal Mage. So I'm gonna do that. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. We can just get back the Subtle Strike if they go with the Geopede here. Or we could steal it. That's a new option. I think we save this, though, for something even harder to deal with. And really, for now, I'm going to offer this Geyser Mage. They're not going to take it anyway. I mean, they are going to take it. They're not going to take the offer. They're going to take the damage. And we could take... I mean, we have... Yeah, this is good enough. Getting the Geopede is good enough. Pretty big, but gonna be dead next turn if our play holds up. Chronicler doesn't interact with our Subtle Strike at all, so I'm going to... Well, we could actually play it and then put the counter on the Chronicler if we want, if we think that's the creature we want to keep alive. Putting it here puts more immediate damage, though. I'm going to get one of our 1 toughnesses out of that 1 toughness range. That's what I'm going to do with this. All right. We can still take a hit. I'm going to go... Let's see what the Chronicler turns up. And then decide if we're attacking and with what. Oh, let's just take that and kill it. Or we can take the return. What do we get back? We don't really have that much going on. You want... Yeah. Okay. And now we kind of just want to be back on D, right? Do we want to send anything? I don't want to accidentally lose. I'm going to say no attacks and play hyper defensively for this cycle so that we don't lose with this stuff in our hands. Both of these can trade with the 7-3 Geopede. So if they have one piece of removal, we still can trade with the other while keeping the Chronicler alive. I'll make Robert buy that meme with channel points every morning before we start drafting. Or maybe somebody has to. It's the start the draft channel points feature. Echo Bravo in the tank over there, trying to figure out how to get around the flood of value that is coming. What do we got here? 5-4 haste. 7-3 trampler. Looks like they're tapped out though, so at least we get that clean information. And I just like, yeah, take it all, right? We just do everything. Let it all die and then get going. Nothing else can block here for more effect.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, blah, blah, blah!
I'm going to give Robert his money back and charge Hat for his. All right. I'm going to just play this land. We just need land here. And now we're going to kick it and get 2 back. I don't know which 2 yet even. We're definitely doing that. And I guess we want Chronicler and Royal Mage so that we can do the Blood Beckoning, right? The Royal Mage loop beginneth. But we can start with Chronicler now, which is nice. Hey, should have remembered that was, although we don't even want, we just want to kick this. Even if we had an island open, I wouldn't play it. I would wait and kick it. Really? I guess we're doing a bunch of kicking coming up. I feel like we'd have the mana to get greedy, but Kenyon's probably being less greedy than I am. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8 mana total. Roost is kick 4, and Royal Mage is kick 6. Let's just kick 6 and get our loop card back. You know, yeah, you're right. We should do the Roost first, because then we start getting value out of the other kicks. Let's do that. Bubble Snare is nice. We don't even really need Vanquish the week now. First, they might make it big right away, so Vanquish has far less use in the face of a Scavenged Blade, and Lull Mage Domination is going to be better for us than the Vanquish, and we want this for our loop. Gonna attack. We need removal and Oppo with a 4 power haster to lose to that, so I'm gonna risk that. This doesn't have flash. It's we're so used to the capture sphere that does. Got to remember this does not have flash, but nothing to do here but pass. I guess I could have maybe not attacked here just to be super safe. I don't know what haste is in the format, so I'm a little nervous, but that seems good. Get a although no, actually it's not good. We don't have. Oh, there's a wizard. That wouldn't be bad, but Thwart goes to the battlefield, so we wouldn't get the pump. I'm gonna go with attacking, and then we Royal Mage to get a spell back, and we'll end up with 2 creatures on defense. Sure.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Well, I'm going.
I gotta pay for this deliberately, though. Just to make sure we have our options. Ooh, we'll discard... maybe the snare again, although... yeah. Maybe Thwart the Grave was the thing to get rid of. Yeah, that's fair. I think we're kind of in all roads territory here now. There's some high % chance of winning that I'm fluctuating around, but likely to win, but it's not locked in. Getting this lifelink going would be good on that. Cinderclasm. I'm going to send all. Make them have it. Make them have it because we have lots of things to do if they do. If they kill our stuff, we get it back. There we go. A classy scoop from Oppo. I'm feeling like I'm playing this deck a little bit hitchy, you know, little hitchy here and there, but powerful stuff. As I get to know these cards better, I'll be able to pilot these decks more successfully. Yeah, I can go to the store and splurge, except we own everything already. Well, it's looking hard to get a match even now. Might call this my last game. I'm going to stream tomorrow morning. It's 9:30 my time. Here's a good spot for these spell lands. I was about to say, I would like this hand a lot better if it had 3 lands. Hey, you know what? It does. It does have 3 lands. Let's keep it. The Ham TV! I got this! I should, turn the emotes on, though, and say hello to Ham. So, we did draw a land. We could make a case for not playing this as a tapped land, but this deck is so mana hungry, and we have enough stuff to do here that I think we should just play it tapped. I have my win against Ham. I'm 1-2 against Ham. So the always is I'm off the schneid. And in an epic game in which I punted left and right, but still beat him. That's true. If I beat Ham, it's not. It barely even counts because he doesn't even know it's me. Here we go. This is the 2-4 familiar that I was mistaken as a 2-2 earlier. Yeah, this is a great package, and kind of what we would want for our kicker deck, but the wrong color there. I can make it a 1-3, but I can't make the cleric big enough to kill it, so that's not a play. Unfortunately, now I wish we did have our spell land with all this land we've drawn. If I could go back and, knowing what we know now, I would take this back and cast Perdition right now. As it is, not much to do here. Like, Royal Mage doesn't, you know, you kind of want to kick this anyway, right? But you especially want to kick it when it can't even get through on the ground. It should be there soon. I think all 3 events that I played in earlier... Oh, no, it might be the 3rd one, and it might not be up yet. This never happened to me when I was doing the kicker deck. Beautiful, beautiful. Kicked Lull Mage on 4. Kicked Reclaim, I mean, with Lull Mage on 4. Love it. Oh, you're talking about when I beat Ham. Yeah, that was on a Streamer Showdown. Dominaria Streamer Showdown, if you look at my YouTube videos. Sorry, Ham. I'll play fast. Ham's gonna be like, what's this guy doing? Should have told him. Now I'm embarrassed at my pace of play. We have nothing to do here, though. I guess we could play the Royal Mage and Subtle Strike, but there's just nothing going. Well, at least we're not under heavy threat, but we're not clearly not drawing our cards quite in the right order here. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to actually start the recursion next turn was my idea. I was just going to cast the Subtle Strike here and get it back. Yeah, that was bad. Sorry. Subtle Strike math is hard. That was just a mistake on my part. I didn't think I had the kill. I didn't think I had the trade. That was just bad. I gotta get my Subtle Strike. It's hard when you're like taking it's like the 4-3 and a 1. If they were square stats, I think I could have done it. It's the 4-3 and the 1-3 going up and down. It broke my brain. But I'm still gonna do it. And just put a counter on my dude. Into the Royal, showing up way late. And now I'm gonna Royal Mage kicked, get the Subtle Strike back, and be willing to double block here. We got all this. We want our stuff dead anyway. Well, that's just one way to make it all dead. can't kill anything here, and can't really afford 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can't really go to 10, can we? I don't know what we do next turn, though. We go into the Royal, kicked with a Cleric, and that keeps us going a little bit. I guess Cleric as a... Maybe I need to take it. Yeah, this tramples. I can see the pounding going on there. This beast does not, though, right? If we go to 6, but keep the 2-1, I can play the 1-3, bounce the 4-4, trade for the 4-3, and take, you know, maybe 5. So actually, I'm going to say no blocks. And Into the Royal plus Subtle Strike actually gives me some tools for next turn. Subtle Strike is a known factor, but Into the Royal isn't, so maybe we can make that work. As far as these 3/2 defenders go for 2 mana, this one seems pretty good. It attacks for no mana, which is nice. All right, so now we got a Royal the Baloth. And then can we get anything going with a Subtle Strike? Can put this here and this here and take no damage and just accept the colony for a turn and then kick the Royal. I think I'm going to do that. Familiar stays tapped. That's nice. We could find some removal. That wouldn't stink, you know, if the deck wanted to give us some removal here. So we have just the Royal Mage to fetch back. We have 4, 5, 6. We have 8 mana, so we can sneak, we can strike, and we could beckon back a Royal Mage. I think that's all we've got. And I'm going to go ahead and use Subtle Strike while Ham is tapped out, since we're going to use it to kill the Royal Mage anyway. Yeah, mostly dead for sure. Do we want this here? What does that get us? Doesn't really get us anything. 5 toughness gets us a lot, though, so we'll do that. All right, good game. We held on, but there you go. A little too hard. We didn't do enough early there. We were kind of looking at empty mana, and really too bad. You know, we may have lost that game on the first turn. Because you remember, we didn't know the mana situation. I played my spell land as mana tapped and ended up doing nothing on turn 3, and where we could have cast strip a card from their hand. And if we'd done that, we would have gotten one of those 4/4s, one of those 4-power creatures, likely. I don't know what Ham had in hand at the time, but might have been able to pull that one out with a turn 3 stripping of Ham's best upcoming play. I could stop on a loss, but I'm also a pushover. So yeah, let's jump back in, Adam, and we'll do one more. I like the deck, mainly. I kind of want to play it again. Maybe you'll get another one out of me. I don't think so. I should get to bed. And by that, I mean do all the stuff between now and when I finally go to bed at like midnight. That's kind of my bedtime these days. 11:30 midnight. This looks good. At least has a 2. Maybe we'll play the Royal Mage as a 2/1 this time. It's very tempting to play all these kicker cards as 6-drops, but you can't do it all. Good night, David. Exactly. Let's go ahead and play Royal Mage as... I guess we want... no, I'll play Gloomhunter. I'll play Gloomhunter first still. That's my son is getting off work reminder. Oh, I have to choose. Sorry. Let's see. We reveal 1. I guess a... yeah, Beckoning seems correct. It's we can get it back with the Royal Mage, right? And I am gonna hold... well, we have Thwart the Grave 2. Trouble is, Thwart the Grave doesn't allow us to do the... Thwart the Grave is a non-bow with kicker creatures is the problem. So I'm actually gonna stay patient here. She's on a rope. Ouch. But it's still a tough choice. I mean, they can take either one of these, but if they don't take the Royal Mage, we get them back. And that's the one I wanted least. We're close enough now on the Royal Mage that I'm definitely not going to cast it without kicker. But Oppo seems to be doing discarding type stuff. I wouldn't be surprised we got hit with discard 2 here. Oh, can't take the Royal Mage. It's not that. I didn't even read it. I just knew it was grab a card. Gotcha. Hey, this is nice. Happy to see that. They might have some counter action going on, but we'll make them have it. Soaring Thought Thief. Well, I will play one more because Oppo scooped awfully early there. Yep, we did not end up with that cool thief. Out of soda water too, so you know we're done. You know we're done now. Because I don't have a mini fridge next to me anymore. It's a sad situation. Interesting that they do the visual flip to remind you this is land. I like that. That's a subtle touch, but a good one. So, are we keeping? I like it if there's an island on top. We're pretty happy. Although both of these require extra blue. I'm going to mulligan this. A little more keepable, and I'm going to ditch the thwart. I had to give it back to my daughter whose small fridge went on the fritz at the place she was staying. So I had a very short time with it. Let's look to play this. Well, gosh, we might want to play both of these. This is a spot where I think we like both of these spell lands as spells. Because this is good too. I want to look at the top 6 and get an instant or sorcery. We got lots of those in the deck. 6 is a lot of cards. Right. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Vampire, cleric, lifelink, vision, lifelings clone another cleric. Got it. Well, we're gonna go ahead and kill which one of these? Vanquish. Oh, see, because I thought this was a different card. But let's see. Yeah, we'll take out the 3/2 now, and we'll kill this thing later. That was just me not knowing cards yet. I thought it was. I thought it was for. I thought it was the Gravedigging card. I thought it was return 2 creatures. And now we can do this into probably steal their hand. That's true. We could just save this. Let's at least start by looking at their hand, right? And then we can decide if we feel like that's the right thing to use this removal on. Kenyon's all over it. All sorts of action. Woo. So let's get rid of the attended healer. And then kill the 3/3 or the 3/4. Are either of these clerics? This is a cleric. They're both clerics, so the lifelink is going to be raining down here. Death Touch, pretty good. Just going to do this now. Not bad, actually. We can play that now, and it could block the healer. Shadow Stinger can block the healer, though, too, and this way we can vision. So I'm going to go with the Shadow Stinger and then vision, and then we can roost next turn. Maybe I'm just playing to the fact that it's an instant, but I like the line. It's fine. Maybe, yeah. Maybe I should have done that first. Swing and a miss, but we did get a lot of land out of the way. Yeah, works out. Although 3/3 flyer, not quite what we need. We're not dead, though, so we can go Gloom Hunter kicked, Roost kicked. Maybe we go Roost first and trade off there. Now we go Roost. Roost first, and then Gloom Hunter, and then we can still get there. We can still get there. It's going to be tight, but we're not dead.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Well, we could play this, but I think we're better off just taking 6, blocking down below, and if they want to use this on our Stinger, that's fine too. And then we have to block a flyer this turn or I'm dead. Why? I don't understand. Okay, good. We all don't know cards yet. Just as long as I'm not missing something. So we're gonna take 6 and try and recover in the air, but we need a couple of, you know, then the lifelink hopefully helps also save us. It's tough. Good try, Rob. Good try. Not gonna happen. All right. Can't do this, but we do get the kicker, and maybe this is enough. Let's find out. Yeah, it's tough because the tactics, but they only have one type, right? It's 2x that. So right now they're only dealing 2 with the tactics. So we can pile everything on. They kill 1 with the tactics and the other 2 take them out, and we gain 3 off the lifelink to survive the 3 from the shepherd. Mr. Grim Pac-Man, thank you for the 10-month resub. Optimal for you. Glad you're liking the evening stream. Nothing like the streamer preview event to get me playing in the evenings here. Find something that kicks and... Oh, Oppo found... Oh. Nice. This could do something, maybe. We still have to chump, but we get to live. I say chump because they use this practice tactics on one of our double blocking drakes, and it turns it into a chump instead of a trade. But we still live, so with this Vanquish. I'm holding the Vanquish to disguise that we're not just straight dead here, and maybe they'll attack incorrectly. All right, well, this doesn't change too much because I still get to block and chump with the 2/2. And we still get to vanquish the Gloom Hunter. I'm gonna do this first, though, make sure we're still getting away with this. Maybe I should have not worried about the lifelink and just taken the thing that had less toughness so that we can find something more easily to kill it. But I think we're going to need a couple drakes in the air no matter what. Yeah. No, see, this is why I did it, because oh, can we get the healer? Do we have... Oh, so close. Yeah, close, close, close. We can take this, but then we're dead. It's not fine though. We don't have lifelink. We're just dead to the flyer. GG. Nice try, Rob. It looks so pretty too, right? Oh, it's such a pretty looking card, and then it did not save us. All right. I'm going to call that another night stream. That was a lot of fun. Hop to soapbox. Look at this. This is what happens to my hair at night here. This is what, like, before bed, this I'm kind of going around the house like this. That's right. This could be yours, chat. Bye, YouTube.